Hey everyone, it's Larry from BugOutWarehouse.com, and I wanted to introduce our new product to you. It's called the Ultimate Survival Tool. You can get them at ultimate-survival-tool.com. So let's jump right in and I'll show you what this is and how it works. By the way, this is our Stage 2 kit. It's got all the bells and whistles. We also offer a basic fishing kit and a few others coming up very soon. So first, let me get all this stuff off the outside. Well, first, on the outside of the Stage 2, you've got strapped to it a survival knife and the yo-yo fisher, or some people call it an automatic fisher. And all the other goodies are packed inside. I'll show you that in a minute. Alright, so what this is, and it doesn't have to be just a survival tool, you can take this out fishing with you if your state permits the automatic fishing. By the way, you got to check your local state regulations for these, but you can always use this without the automatic fisher. So what this is a basically like a big bobber, but it's got a built-in leader. So there's a couple ways if you're going to use the yo-yo fisher you can use this. You can either strap the fisher to the leader down here, and then you'll set the length of how deep you want the bait to be at. So this will be floating down under the water. As soon as a fish comes by, takes a bite, it sets the hook for you. Now that's going to be if you're fishing more, you want further distance from the bank, if you're not fishing off of a boat or a dock or something. Now if you are fishing off of a boat or a dock, then you can set the automatic fisher on the top part of this leader and just chuck it out. And these things only have about, I believe it's 9 feet of 60-pound test line on them. So you'll just sit this out in the water and then let it all the way out, and as soon as the fish bites it, it's going to pull down on this part where your bait's going to be and set the hook for you. Now the good thing about that is either camping or a survival situation, you can sit this out in the water and go about your business. If you're camping, as soon as you get there, throw it out in the water, and hopefully you'll have dinner before you're all set up. In survival situation, set this out and go on about your business, make your shelter, whatever you need to do, but you don't have to worry about sitting there waiting for a fish and trying to set the hook on it. Now let's get to the goodies. Take this waterproof cap off, and inside you have a pair of cotton gloves, you have a survival blanket that you can also use on these survival knives. You can take this nylon cord off. It unwraps from the entire handle. I believe there's about 8 feet of line on them. I don't take my word on that, I'm not sure. So you can use the blanket as a shelter using this nylon cord from the knife. Also inside, you have a 6-pack of hooks. You have a survival whistle, which has a compass on the end. The whistle itself, flint. Inside there's a signal mirror and waterproof matches. Also inside you have a 11-in-1 survival tool. These things are great. I keep one in my wallet at all times. I'll get more into detail of all of the things on these. And a wet fire starting tinder. These things are awesome. You can either light the whole thing once your fire started, cover it up, it goes out, you can still reuse them, or you can shave a little bit off with your survival tool and just use a little bit of powder to start a fire. These things are awesome. One thing I forgot, these yo-yo fishers can also be made into snares for smaller prey like rodents or birds, and I'll make a video soon on how to do that. One more thing about this tool is I want to point out that it's got a knockout bottom, and that's just in case something ever happens to the screw off top. You can still get all of your survival equipment out just by yanking on this. It'll break right out, but it won't. It's not just going to come off in the water. You know, I keep one of these in my bug out bag and one in my car. It's not going to, bottom's not just going to knock out. Alright, so try to keep it short and sweet. If you go to the website, you can see more details about, you know, everything. So I encourage you, go to ultimate-survival-tool.com.